Anyone who debates the existence of God in a chat room on the internet will sooner or later have to concede that belief in science or nature is in itself a faith, and that religious faith and belief in science are comparable positions, both valid philosophical explanations of life, the universe, and everything. After all, it would be churlish and disingenuous to pretend that science knows everything, or that one day we will possess knowledge that will explain every mystery. This being the case, my belief that science and nature created the universe is in some sense like a faith. I believe that science is the truth and accurately represents the facts, so it is in some sense a faith, except for one thing. I can check the evidence! Oh yeah, that's right folks, evidence. Solid, undeniable, verifiable evidence of the scientific rational explanation for how we got here and what's going to happen next. Piled up to the ceilings, bucket loads of it, vast libraries oozing with evidence. A belief that nature created life and the universe and everything is backed up by the laws of physics and thousands of years of accumulated discoveries explaining in detail the way things happen and why. Discoveries which were routinely blocked, denied and suppressed by the church. The proponents of which were arrested, castigated, imprisoned, tortured and killed by the church. So actually, religious and scientific faith are not comparable, because religion is dangerous gibberish spouted by charlatans, murderers, conmen and fools who go along with it for a quiet life, and science is the rational, provable, factual description of the way it is. You can see the difference there. Thankfully, we live in such enlightened times, I'm currently allowed to say these things. At least I am in the ununited kingdom, where they repealed laws against blasphemy in 2008. 2008? That's right, folks. Step right up, step right up. It's the 21st century, and we just got rid of laws that would imprison you for saying God didn't exist. Wow, I'm so happy we live in such enlightened times, temporary as they may be. Is it really any wonder that in the past nearly everybody was religious? Is it any wonder they professed belief in God when you think about it? I mean, you'd have to be a fucking moron not to, wouldn't you? Hey Deek, do you believe in God? Well, if you look out the window and they're burning women as witches, locking up scientists and hanging heretics, if the Pope, Mohammed and the despots of Mesoamerica have standing armies wandering the world, slaughtering people who don't believe, if you could be fined for not attending church or stoned to death for saying God didn't exist, gosh, you'd have to be a heroic asshole to deny God, wouldn't you? Hey, of course I believe in God. Me and God are like that. We're tight, man. Real tight. I love God. Really love him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now the world is a smaller place and we know all about the many other religious delusions on earth, besides our own. What surprises me is they're not currently scratching each other's eyes out. After all, if your God is the only God, you could never respect belief in another God, could you? Wouldn't that make you kind of a hypocrite? Or at the very least, be an admission that all religion is just made up bullshit, yours included. It's only a few years since we were all for killing heathens and praying for their torment in fiery hell, but now the people who speak for God have all agreed to respect each other's mumbo-jumbo, so global franchises of drivelling delusional gobshite can continue to fleece their respective flocks. They have agreed to work together for a world of morons suckered into one delusion or another. Shh, our God's the right one. Yes, the ancestors said to behave and do what the government said. God told me so. Wow, what a surprise. You know, when you look at who speaks for God, it seems God lets any crackpot speak for him. Any wacko at all. Over thousands of years, a procession of child-fucking, women-hating, cock-sucking psycho killers have represented God, apparently without embarrassing him. Ha ha ha! I speak for God, little girlie. Now suck my cock. Oh yeah. And stompeth on the unbeliever. Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha. Gee, God, you're letting assholes speak for you. You'd think God would step in now and then and stop the fuckers. Oh, say when Buddhists were blessing kamikaze planes, or the Pope was wandering around South America slaughtering civilization. Or when Allah was putting infidels to the sword, or the Emperor of Japan, the King of England, and chief sacrifice your virgin on my pyramid, were saying, not only do I speak for God, but God speaks to me. Yeah, God told me. He said, kill homos and deny the observable motion of the planets. That's what he told me, honest. You'd think that after thousands of years of genocide, murder, lies, rape, torture, corruption, nepotism, deceit, support for tyranny, and other crimes perpetrated by those who speak for God, that people would have kicked religion out of their lives. It's not like the benefits outweigh the costs. Say they have saved a few orphans, and they do send those food parcels to Africa, but on the other hand, they've lied, murdered, and oppressed us for thousands of years. Well, I guess it's worth it. In fact, slowly but surely, religion is becoming irrelevant and banished to the sidelines of culture along with astrology, rabbit's feet, and lucky white heather. Our understanding of life, the universe, and everything is flourishing in the freedom of thought we temporarily enjoy.
But wait, Deek. What about intelligent design? Don't you know everything's so wonderful and perfect and implausible that only a magical imaginary being could have conceived of its creation,
Oh, so now religion isn't based upon the magical tenet of faith, where you can believe anything you like without having to prove any of your gibberish. Now, because of the evidence of science being so incontrovertible, religion accepts the vast expanse of space, the expanding universe, 100 billion galaxies teeming with hundreds of billions of stars, each one spewing out the substance of matter and life itself, the discoveries of biology and chemistry, of DNA and evolution. In fact, all that science has discovered is now accepted to be true. We do go round the sun, the earth isn't 6,000 years old, there were no talking snakes, and women aren't made from men's ribs. Whew. Instead of that, the whole shebang, life, the universe, and everything was cooked up by a divine being existing outside time in a dimension the laws of physics isn't aware of, operating through a mechanism we can't see or measure or account for in any way whatsoever at all. Wow, how fucking convenient. It's a bit like reading a murder mystery novel, and right at the end, the author introduces a completely new character who did the foul deed.
Gee, I never suspected that divine being from another dimension they introduced on the last page. I was sure the butler did it.
What a pity he didn't say something earlier, since there are so many people in history claiming God was speaking to them. Why didn't God say something? Copernicus is right. Earth does go round the sun. Leave him alone. I designed it like that. Stop burning women as witches. Warts are a virus. Don't kill those people. I designed them.
Shucks, God, if only you'd spoken up sooner, we could have saved the lives of millions. If only you'd said.
But then, there is no God. And he doesn't speak to people, and he didn't design the universe. And we know because we can check the evidence. And I can say so because we've freed ourselves from the tyranny of evil scum. And long may our freedom continue. Thanks. Live in peace, and may your God tell you to shut the fuck up, your government ask you nicely, and your country abandon the whole idea.